Awesome. You want to get into One Piece?
Yeah, let's do it. One Piece, episode 1094, The Mystery Deepens, Egghead, Labo Phase. And on this episode, we get to check in on Luffy for a little bit before we get to see what's up with the rest of the Straw Hats. Will they run into each other or will they run into more trouble? Basically, not a lot happened during this episode, but we're still going to talk about some of it. I called it last week. I forget. Was you here last week, Dan? On the rundown? I forget. Was it just me and Bass?
I think it was just you and Bass.
Well, last week, either way, I said that we ain't getting Law versus Blackbeard for 2 weeks in a row. I was like, there ain't no way they're doing that. They're gonna do some other bullshit, and here we go. We don't get Law and Blackbeard anymore this episode. I guess this next episode. But we started off with Luffy and the gang running from Kuma still, talking about him being Bonnie's dad, which we've done for the past several episodes before Law and Blackbeard fighting. At this point, like, would you just keep trying to save Bonnie like Luffy and them is doing?
Yeah, I mean, you can't let her just get bodied by, a pacifista because she can't fight her father. That's not right. But at the same time, like, she's got to understand that these are just clones and she needs to stop getting in the way,
I mean, she has to learn, right? Like, the one way to learn is let her get hit by it one time.
True. But this, so one thing with Bonnie's fruit ability, like, nobody knows how old she actually is.
Yeah.
And like the way she's acting right now, it's very childish. So it makes me wonder if Bonnie's actually a lot younger than she looks.
Yeah, well, they also demonstrated in this episode that her powers they run out after a set time, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then you could assume that her normal state is that of a young adult, correct?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe like she can use it on herself longer, but like that was like an adverse effect. Like I don't think she meant to do that. Like I think she just got scared and used her power and turned Luffy and Chopper into granddads and Jinbei into a spry young buck,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they was saying that they was gonna resort to violence against him. So I guess she just like panicked and was trying to save her dad, even though it's not her dad. But yeah, they didn't hurt Kuma though because Kuma just ended up not recognizing them anymore. Luffy and Chopper old, Jinbei a little teenager again. So I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Jinbei a lot. So
yeah, teenager Jinbei was really funny. But we gotta put some respect on Kuma's name here. That's a pacifista. That's not Kuma.
Yeah. Well, we all know that except for Bonnie. Bonnie doesn't know that. So and then I think they change back somewhere along these lines. They walk away, they change back, and then Bonnie's just going through like a trash heap and she picks up like a gadget and turns it into a lightsaber all of a sudden. And I was like, damn, we just got done watching Undead Unluck mention Star Wars or do the little Star Wars scrolling shit. Now we get a lightsaber in One Piece.
Dude, imagine if Zoro had 3 lightsabers.
He can maybe do some work, right?
I think, dude, imagine like infusing hockey into a lightsaber.
Maybe
like
this is the future.
Glow with black around it. That'd be so tough.
Maybe this is what Vegapunk is trying to create on this island,
Yeah. Oh no, I was here last rundown. We just recorded it on Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I went off on my rant.
Yeah, so it feels like that don't feel like we just did that, It feels like we skipped a week or something. So we're literally recording 2 days after
2 days later.
Yeah. We got a busy schedule over here at the Degens headquarters. But now we go back to the rest of the Straw Hats, whom we haven't really seen in the last couple of episodes, and they're being taken to the main island by the mecha, by the satellite, and the mecha, and we kind of see the Egghead is kind of big, and it's got a top layer where the important stuff is called the lava phase, and it's also got a bottom layer called the Fabrio phase, and that's where like all the factories and I guess shops and just your normal citizen access would be, her robot access. I don't know who's on this island. I
I
think
don't know if they're people, if they're robots, if they're fucking illusions or not at this point, you know?
yeah, we don't know. We just know that only important people is allowed up top. I would say by the looks of things. And Zoro and Brooke, they chose to stay behind on the Sunny. And do you think that was a good call, or do you think that they should have went and tried to look for their captain, tried to find them with the gang so they wouldn't all be separated into 3 groups now?
No, I can definitely agree. I mean, this island does not look up Zoro's like avenue, you know, like he doesn't want to deal with this shit. I can't blame him for wanting to chill and watch the Sunny. And then kind of, I don't know why Brooke stayed though. I feel like Brooke would want to check this out. He likes giant robots.
Especially once he's seen the new fits, that's right
Yeah,
up Brooks' alley.
that's
So,
true too. And I mean, I'm just surprised Brooke didn't ask to see her panties.
but you can clearly see them now. So, speaking of that, the next thing we do, I think this is probably one of the biggest things that happens on this episode is we actually get to see the rest of the gang get the new outfits. And I guess who in your opinion, who's got the best drip right now?
You know, it's Robin. You know, it's Robin.
Rob, yeah, I mean, she got they fit her personality and her looks exactly right, in my opinion.
Definitely.
But
No, she went really hard on that
yeah,
outfit, you know,
Oda
and
went really hard on yeah, that outfit.
Oda had a good time with that one. Dude, like I just remember reading like the beginning of like the Egghead arc, and I was like, this is just Oda's chance to draw a bunch of tush.
And he does, and he is. Every time he gets a chance, like of them walking away or something, you get just like instead of
Ass.
like a upper body mostly like the portion of the upper body mostly, it's more centered on the ass
No,
as they're
Toei's
walking
doing a good
away.
job. Toei's doing a good job recreating this arc for us for our viewing pleasure.
Yeah. I guess thank you, Oda. Thank you, Oda, I guess. But yeah, I really enjoyed Sanji and like Jinbei style of the like Hawaiian top shirts too. I feel like they're pretty fun. So
Yeah, I just think it's hilarious that they're like, time to go put on your lab clothes, and then they come out half naked or in fucking Hawaiian shirts. And I'm like, what kind of lab is this, dude? When I have to put on lab clothes, I'm wearing a lab coat, I'm wearing a hairnet, like I'm wearing gloves, like
yeah.
everything, you know?
The only thing I really don't like about these outfits is the boots. I don't vibe with the boots at all. It looks like hoofs.
I
That's the
think
only thing
they're
I can
kind of
think of.
cool. I
You
think they're
really?
cool. Yeah, I mean, they make funny noises, and I feel like that noise is gonna get really annoying after like, oh, 7 or 8 episodes. But I mean, the fact that anybody can put them on and they have that lever that makes them fit perfectly to your feet. God, I
Oh,
would
that's
love
awesome.
that, dude.
Yeah. And I think you wasn't here when me and Bass actually discussed the first time like Luffy and them got their fits. And Bass wasn't a big fan of Egghead outfits. So
I mean, yeah, they're I don't know. I like the Wano outfits more, I will say that. But I think the Egghead ones
oh
are fun.
yeah.
And they fit the vibe too. I mean, we're on Future Island. Like you should dress futuristically.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like Wano outfits are probably close to the top for me, if not the top. Like Wano Luffy with the black cloak,
Yeah.
flying in the back. Like it's just
Yeah.
yeah, you
Only
can't beat that for me. So
only second to Afro Luffy.
yeah.
Does
um
the champ make the afro or does the afro make the champ? Usopp was so funny in that fucking scene, dude.
oh shit. Back a long time ago.
Yeah.
I can't wait for them to do the remake or whatever. Because I want to see like what they do, you know, with it.
I saw the funniest TikTok a couple days ago, and it was basically like the scene in JJK where it's Ghetto like, are you the strongest because you're Gojo Satoru, or are you Gojo Satoru because you're the strongest?
Yeah.
And they were like, they ripped this off of One Piece and went right to that scene was, does the afro make the champion? Or does the champ make the afro? So JJK is just a bad rip off of One Piece at this point. It's done.
Hey, if you like JJ, what I'm taking out of this is if you like JJK,
You got to
you
go
will
watch
love One
Afro
Piece.
Luffy. You'll love Afro Luffy.
But
Let's just go make him watch like the worst arc. Go
well,
enjoy a Davy back fight, you fucks.
I swear, like I watched it, but I swear, like probably 60% of One Piece watchers do not watch the Davy back
You
arc.
gotta watch the Davy back fight arc though.
I
Like
enjoyed it. You got
I
that's peak Sanji and Zoro rivalry.
oh yeah.
So.
And like there's just the classic fan theory out there that One Piece is gonna end in a Davy back fight between Shanks and Luffy's crews or some shit like that. Something stupid. Like we're gonna have all this epic fighting, and then it's just gonna get to the final island, and it's gonna be a Davy back fight because they don't want to actually fight each other.
All this, a debut back fight. Whoever wins gets
Gets
the
the One
hat.
Piece.
No, gets the hat, bro. But yeah, I guess, the next thing on this episode, getting back on track, kinda, is we actually see Vegapunk Edison. They show who was it? It was Nami and all of them. A seraphim, right? A seraphim
Yeah.
of Jinbei. And when I was watching this, I'm like, why did they show them a seraphim without them even like wanting to see it? I'm like, is this a trap? Are they like trapping them? Like,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I wasn't necessarily thinking it was a trap. I was more just to say, like, be like, hey, this is how strong we are at this island. So don't try no bucking bullshit, you know?
Yeah, and do they even know about seraphims? They don't, do they? The only ones that know about seraphims are Kobe and
Yeah.
Blackbeard and Amazon
Hancock.
Lily, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was the first time we saw seraphims. But looking
Through
at it,
Luffy's eyes or through
the
the
Straw
Straw
Hat's
Hat's
eyes.
eyes.
Yeah. But I mean, we clearly have enough intel now to know that there's going to be a seraphim of every existing warlord. So that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, I'm just kind of wondering what's gonna happen at this moment because they have no idea what it's capable of. They don't know what it is. At first they kind of thought it was Jinbei, but they ruled that out because it's
It
obviously
had
different. So
wings and
yeah,
different skin color and fire on its back. There's
younger.
light changes.
Yeah. So it was kind of interesting for them to show the half of the straw hats this out of the blue. So and it kind of looked like that they was getting ready for a fight as well. I don't think it's gonna happen, but it might, and I don't think that they could handle it without Zoro or Luffy there. So
Yeah, I
um,
mean, the seraphims have to be under Vegapunk control, right?
yeah,
If they're
uh,
there, I mean, they're mindless killing machines, so they probably can listen. I would assume
you would
they're
assume so.
programmed for that.
Yeah. And the last thing that happens in this episode, and I thought it was probably the most important thing, except for like the showing, them Seraphim Jinbei, was that Shaka, which is I guess the number one satellite, Shaka the Good, uh, he was actually, or they, it's a robot. They was actually on the phone with Dragon, and that was pretty shocking to me. You know that a government genius or someone that represents a government genius, whatever, is on the phone with the head of the Revolutionary Army. So, um, but yeah, he says in this conversation that geniuses can see their own future and that he knows that he will die soon, which is also a pretty big statement to make. And that just goes on to say, do we think that's true? And why do we think he's talking to Dragon and telling him this? Do you have any ideas? Thoughts?
Not that I can get into without spoiling things. Um,
Bass, where are you, Bass? This is a good question for you. But yeah, that was my thoughts going into it as a non-manga reader, which I obviously I've watched, read this part as well. So, um,
yeah, it's really
yeah.
tough to formulate like a bullshit answer when you know what's gonna happen.
But I just felt like I wanted to put this out there for any for our listeners, I guess, to think about. Why do you think that's true? And why do you think that he's talking to Dragon? Like, I'll even
Yeah,
put that in like the Spotify questions, hell.
yeah. I mean, it's definitely really interesting that like they have a friendship that we did not know about, and it makes you wonder why Vegapunk is working with the government at that point. So it's definitely a head scratcher for sure.
Maybe that's why what Cypher Pole, whatever number they're at now, is
Zero.
coming to kill Vegapunk. So, right? So,
Yeah,
because if you don't remember, they're actually on their way to Egghead right now. We didn't really see it happen on the last couple episodes, but I think it was like 3 episodes ago
yeah.
when they made that. So
I think so.
yeah. But I guess that's about it for this one. Hopefully more than one show will be pretty decent for next week.
We
Everything has
got
just been chilling lately.
Yeah, we got a
So
good Mashal coming up. We got a good free
yeah.
run coming up. I think we're gonna get a lot of world building and undead unlock, and who knows with One Piece.
Hopefully we get a continuation of the Blackbeard Law fight. Hopefully we can see Law, shit on Blackbeard. I'm always hoping Law. I really love Law, so
Definitely lost one of my favorite characters.